The movie begins with Detective Sergeant Tom. From his house window, Tom watched some thieves trying to break into a car. Tom goes to the thieves and beats them with a hockey stick. A policewoman named Falls comes to Tom and tells him that she failed the sergeant's exam. Tom consoles Falls, telling her that everyone fails the first time and that she has only been out of rehab for 3 months. He says that everything will be all right slowly. Superintendent Brown comes to Tom and shows him a newspaper that has news of his exploit from the night. Brown is angry with Tom and tells him to control himself, saying they cannot afford bad publicity. Later, Tom goes to Chief Inspector Bruce's wife's funeral. After the funeral, they both go to a bar and drink heavily. Barry shoots a policewoman in the throat in the streets at night and runs away. Tom gets a call from Brown, who tells him that someone has murdered a policewoman. He tells Tom to get to the crime scene quickly. In the next scene, we see Sergeant Porter, who's been transferred to the Southeast London branch of the police. Chief Inspector Bruce is on leave due to his wife's death. Brown temporarily promotes Porter to Chief Inspector. However, the other detectives are not happy with Brown's decision because Porter is gay. Porter watches the CCTV footage, but the killer's face is not visible because he is wearing a hoodie. Barry calls a journalist named Harold and tells him that he will kill 8 more police officers. While still on the phone, he walks up to a police officer and shoots him. Falls' young friend, Metal, comes to her house. He is very scared. He tells Falls that he and some of his friends beat up an Indian boy badly, and he wasn't breathing. He might be dead. He asks Falls for help. Falls tells him that she will find out, and if the Indian boy is dead, she will arrest him herself. Falls meets Tom and tells him that her friend is in trouble, and she just wants to help him. Tom tells her to meet DI Officer Craig, who can help her. Tom meets his informant, Radner, who tells him, "I know who killed the policewoman." He asks Tom for money for the information, but Tom doesn't give him anything and even makes him pay for the meal. Radner tells Tom that his name is Barry, and he saw him at the Peacock Gym. He set a police dog on fire and posted the video on YouTube. When people asked him why he did this, he said he was just practicing. Tom and Porter go to Barry's house and begin to search his house, but they don't find any evidence against him. Tom tells Barry, "I know you. A year ago, I beat you up at the billiard hall." Since they don't find any evidence, they don't arrest Barry and leave. Barry follows Bruce and reaches his home, where he attacks him and kills him by repeatedly hitting him on the head with a hammer. Before leaving, Barry burns all the evidence and puts Bruce's cap and pistol in a black plastic bag, which he takes with him as he leaves. Barry calls Harold and tells him that he has killed the police chief inspector Bruce by hitting him on the head with a hammer, and he gives him his name as Blitz. Barry puts that black plastic bag inside the trunk of his old car that is parked in the parking lot. After he leaves, Radner, who is following him, arrives there. He opens Barry's car trunk and opens the plastic bag to see that it contains a police cap and a pistol. Porter tells Tom that this killer killed Bruce by hitting him on the head with a hammer. Tom is shocked to hear about Bruce's death. Radner calls Harold and says to him, "I know where the killer is. If you give me $700,000, I will tell you the killer's whereabout, and I can also give you evidences." Radner takes Harold to the parking lot. Harold gives Radner $700,000. Before revealing the killer's address and name, Radner goes to the toilet to count the money. Barry is already there and drowns Radner in the toilet, killing him, and takes the money and leaves. Tom and Porter arrive at the restaurant and ask Harold what he was looking for near Radner's dead body. He says that he was looking for his money, which he gave him in exchange for evidence. Harold tells Tom and Porter that the car is parked in the parking lot and the evidence is in the trunk of the car. They both go to the parking lot and open the trunk of the car and find only an empty black plastic bag and nothing else. Falls meets Craig and asks him to help her friend, but he tells her that he is very naughty and he is a drain worm. Falls requests him and tells him that he is very young. Help him. Craig tells Falls that they will talk about it at dinner tomorrow night. Tom gets Barry's full record and then finds out that he has been to jail many times and that he is targeting the police officers who arrested him, and his next victim is Falls. At night, Falls meets Craig and they have dinner together. Afterwards, Craig drops Falls off near her home and leaves. Barry then attacks Falls. Metal fights Barry to save Falls. Barry kicks Metal in the face and he dies. Just then, the police arrive and Barry runs away. The next day, Tom and Porter find Barry and capture him. The police have no evidence against Barry, so he is easily released from jail. The next day, Barry follows Tom to kill him, but when he holds him at gunpoint, it turns out to be Porter. At the same time, Tom comes from behind and hits him on the head with an iron rod. Barry says to Tom, "You can't kill me." Tom says to him, "I will kill you and put the blame on the killer." Then he shoots Barry, finishing him off, and the movie ends here.